Good afternoon and welcome to 2onthefrontline.com and 2onthefrontline Facebook. My name is Gary Larson and it is Wednesday, July 9th, 2014, and I am enjoying my hard-earned vacation. I was up north in Wisconsin for several days, enjoying the 4th of July with family and friends. Did some shooting, as we always do when we're up there. Had a great time with Pam and her husband, Pam Smiley, on our Facebook site, and it was nice seeing people after 3 or 4 decades. But we all have lives and we all move on. So again, thank you all for tuning into our website. I've seen us climb. We're now near 11,000 hits. We are being seen in 6 of the 7 continents in the world, with recent additions from Africa, Colombia, Philippines, etc. The news, oh boy, I mean, I look at all the posts that come up on 2 on the Frontline Facebook. I want to send a special thanks to Wicks on the West Coast, who runs the Sacramento Info Bros. Great posts, and I enjoy the news coming from different areas of the country. We don't ever get the actual news on the mainstream news, so we rely on our friends on different parts of the country and different parts of the world for information. Bob Ford in England, always sending good posts. We see all the chaos going on in the Israeli area, the Gaza. Well, where should we start? Let's go back in time a little bit, and let's talk about this missing plane that still not a scrap has been found on. Where that's going to reappear is good a guess as my guess is as good as yours, but it will reappear somewhere. We've got the Ukraine going on. Slovansk and Donetsk are being shelled terribly. Of course, that's all to draw Putin in, as you all know, but he's holding his ground and he's not going to get caught up in that trap that the central banksters, I call them, or NATO, is setting up for him. So he's holding his ground even though there's mass destruction going on there. And then we've got the chaos on the border. Boy, who didn't see any of this coming? You know, this administration, again, I'm going to say it like it is. It's like a magician. Look at this hand, humanity, because this hand is pulling a trigger somewhere else. Their end game, and everybody that's been following this site and been following the news knows their end game is a world war. Whether that be against China, Russia, somewhere in the Middle East, whatever conflagration or wherever it happens, that's their end game. They know the economy is false, phony, and fraudulent, and they're going to do everything they can to cover up the collapse that's coming. Not only here, it's in the European Union, it's in the Eurozone, it's in many areas of the world, and the Federal Reserve and the central banksters can only keep this up so long until they have to cover it via war. So keep alert. We don't need to get bogged down in this in our lives. Many of us have many other things to do than to sit and watch what these fools are doing, whether it be on the border of the U.S. or whether it be in Ukraine. Or a missing plane, or a so-called missing plane in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean. It's just a farce, and it's meant to distract us from what's going on in this hand. And anybody that's studied magicians knows everybody watches one hand while the other does the dirty deed. So again, I hope all of you are having a great 4th of July weekend. One thing I did notice in Wisconsin that I really have never seen in the years I've been going up there, now I left Wisconsin around 20 years ago, and one thing I really saw that disturbed both the wife and I was just the amount of geoengineering, chemtrailing going on in that area of the country. 2 years ago, we never saw this up there. But on Friday the 4th, I saw geoengineering that I've never seen, even down here in Illinois outside of Chicago. It was incredible the amount of toxins that were laying into the sky. I was out on a golf outing with some younger people, and they some are kind of oblivious to it, and some really know what it is. But again, what are you going to do about it other than raise a flag, raise some concern? But I have never seen that kind of spraying going on in Wisconsin. The type of spraying I saw on Friday, July 4th. One other thing I noticed up there was the temperature. This time of the year, normally you can go outside in a light shirt, even a light jacket, but when you're at fireworks and you're seeing people covered up with blankets, people in winter gear, it was just kind of shocking. I know it was a really bitter winter for many of us in the Midwest, but to see it on the 4th of July was shocking nonetheless. Anyway, I'm going to get back into the posting. I'm kind of got something going on with GoDaddy where they just don't seem to want to let me update certain things right now. I'm sure it's money related, but I'll get to the bottom of it. Other than that, I hope all of you are safe, and I hope you're free, and stay on our site, stay tuned. We've got a lot of good things coming, and keep posting. Don't ever think that you're posting something off the wall or foolish on our website or on our Facebook site. Hey, anything's open. We're not here to criticize people posting. We can criticize the topic being posted. Have at it, unload. But when you get, if it's ever found that you're just there to attack people, you're not going to be on 2 on the Frontline Facebook. You just will not be there. It's not a threat. That's just the way it is. Again, thank you all for tuning in, and have a great weekend. Thank you.